Good evening, and thank you for joining us for this half-hour newscast. 15 people are reported injured after a Delta Airlines plane flipped over onto its roof when landing at Toronto Pearson Airport sometime after 2 p.m. today. The plane was arriving from Minneapolis with a total of 80 people, 76 passengers, and 4 crew members on board. Sources say all have been accounted for. Orange has said 3 patients, including a child, have been flown to hospital after sustaining critical injuries, while 12 others were transported to local hospitals with mild injuries. Air traffic at Pearson has been halted, with flights being canceled, diverted, or delayed. The Thunder Bay Professional Firefighters Association has announced who they're supporting in the upcoming provincial election. The organization, which has around 200 members, will be endorsing Thunder Bay Atikokan incumbent Kevin Holland. Association President Robert Shepard, along with 7 other firefighters, were at Holland's campaign office late last week to make the announcement. Shepard says Holland has been a really strong supporter of the firefighters during this time as MPP.
With the PC government has been improvements to our presumptive legislation. So that's the cancers that plague the firefighting industry. It gets pushed through WSIB and allows our members to get the appropriate compensation and health benefits that they need for the job. On top of that, he's been a really strong advocate of improving firefighter PPE.
The Thunder Bay Museum is hosting another traveling exhibit. This one is focused on Treaty 3, honoring the sacred document and the partnership of the Anishinaabe people and the Crown. Visitors exploring the second floor of the museum now have the opportunity to view the exhibit and read the colorful information panels highlighting details of the signing of the Treaty Number 3. Created by Lake of the Woods Museum and Douglas Family Arts Center in Kenora, it was meant to mark the 150th anniversary of the treaty signing at Norwest Angle in 1873. The exhibit aims to honor the wisdom, resilience, and cultural traditions of the Anishinaabe people who negotiated the treaty.
It was developed by them in collaboration with their Indigenous Advisory Committee, as well as in partnership with Library and Archives Canada and Grand Council Treaty Number 3. And also recognizing that within our mandate area are 3 other treaties. Of course, the Robinson Superior Treaty, where we are right now, Treaty Number 5 and Treaty Number 9 and its adhesion. We created, to supplement the exhibit, some of our own content relating to those treaties.
The exhibit is now open to the public and will remain on display at the museum until the end of April. A new exhibit at the Museum of Atikokan is celebrating the history of ice hockey in the small town. It's called Home Ice Advantage, Stick Handling Through Atikokan's Rich Hockey History. Justin Hardy has more.
Hockey has always been so important to me.
Museum of Atikokan curator Patty Nagel says she was thrilled to be able to put together the new exhibit. Like many towns in northwestern Ontario, Atikokan started as a mining town, and many residents turned to hockey as the main form of activity and entertainment. The town had up to 5 outdoor hockey rinks as early as 1950. Nagel says the exhibit covers a lot of different aspects of hockey in the town.
Up until 1969, all minor hockey league games were played on outdoor rinks. It also covers the Junior B and later the Junior A team. That was really big here in the 70s. It covers Hockeyville. Atikokan was an applicant in Hockeyville in 2006.
Nagel also started an Atikokan Hockey Hall of Fame in addition to the exhibit. She says the museum doesn't get a ton of tourists stopping in, so the hope of the exhibit is to appeal to local hockey fans to get them more interested in the town's history.
I wanted to pick a topic that would, bring back memories, was nostalgic for people, and I think it's working because I posted a photo of the first coach of the high school team, and people just went crazy on Facebook and were like, oh yeah, he was my math teacher. Oh, I learned so much from him in the sport, when he was coaching hockey.
The exhibit is now open, and more information on the museum can be found at atikokanmuseum.com. Justin Hardy, TBT News.
Thunder Bay residents looking for a unique way to blow off steam now have the perfect spot to do so safely. Bash Bays is a new business on Simpson Street that offers visitors a chance to shatter plates, demolish electronics, and smash their stress away in style. Jaden Billick has the story.
A new local business called Bash Bays promises an exhilarating chance to relieve stress in a less traditional way. The business offers various tools for its customers to choose from, in a wide selection of fine china, technology, or the classic beer bottles to smash. Owner Jeremy Moore says his own personal life situations have given him the inspiration to create a different kind of therapy for people coping with hard times.
I mean, sometimes you just want to break something. And I mean, we're emotional creatures, and why bottle them up? We're offering a safe place for people to kind of expel that energy. And then on a positive side too, we're here for fun. My situation brought me to this point, and you know, I just noticed that there's a lot more tools that there could be out there for people that were coping with hard times. So here we are.
Matthew Koski decided to spend his morning in the rage room and hit a few home runs with some office equipment. He shared a few thoughts on his 30 minutes of therapy.
Let's talk about your session. How'd you feel?
Oh, I felt good after that. It felt like I just need to get that out of my system, which it felt so relieving. Just to start off my morning.
Perfect. Are you going to come back?
Yeah, I would recommend to anyone who wants to come here. It's worth it.
Operating hours are from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week, and Moore says bookings are preferred to be made ahead of time through their website. However, they're accepting walk-ins from Wednesday to Sunday, while Mondays and Tuesdays are for bookings only.
All you got to do is walk in the door. You come in, we get you sized up for a suit. You can bring your own device. We have Bluetooth speakers that you can hook up to. You come in, you grab your suit, your protective gear. You go into the room. We have the room set up for you with the breakables, and you have 30 minutes. You go in and wreak havoc on whatever's in there, and then we take care of the mess.
In our day-to-day lives, stress levels can get pretty high, but here at Bash Bays, you can finally take matters into your own hands. Jaden Billick, TBT News.
On a calmer note, the city of Thunder Bay celebrated Family Day by hosting the popular Snow Day at the waterfront once again. Organizers and attendees alike say despite the chilly weather at Marina Park, the event was a fun day out for the whole family. Emma Chilton reports.
This year's wintry weather provided the perfect backdrop for a snow day on the waterfront, bringing families and friends together to celebrate Family Day. Hundreds of residents gathered to enjoy their favorite seasonal activities, with the event offering a diverse selection of programs for all ages. City of Thunder Bay special events developer Karen Kadolf says after last year's lack of snow, they were very happy with how things turned out this time around.
For an event called Snow Day on the waterfront, this is amazing. So I'm very excited about the snow. It's really nice to see. We do have snowshoeing that's happening as well. So you can actually snowshoe in the snow. And it's just really exciting to see. So we were able to do our snow sculptures. We were able to do all of our programming because we actually had the snow to support it.
5 snow sculptures were entered in the 2025 sculpturing contest that included a snow globe with a creature inside it, Medusa with large snakes for hair, Godzilla plundering a city, a sculpture celebrating the Canadian Navy, and a lighthouse. The sculptor Paul Morley is a lighthouse keeper himself and says his creation tells a story about Thunder Bay.
Being inspired to do a lighthouse is about connecting in the community, telling the story about transshipment, the movement of product back and forth, and a lighthouse symbolizes that. Took us about 20 man-hours to do the actual sculpting, the moving of the snow away from a block of snow we started with. And as we carved it out, we froze. It was being pretty cool out here, and we persevered.
Some of the other snow day programming included Croca Curl, Science North experiments, skating, snowcrafts, horse wagon rides, and indoor activities. Kadolf says a big hit with families this year was the ice fishing area.
For sure. So we have ice fishing that's happening on the pond. So we have the MNR, the Ontario Federation of Anglers and Hunters, as well as the Dorian Fish Culture Station have come together, and they have actually stocked our pond with 60 lake trout. And so we have lots of people that are out there trying to catch a fish right now.
A walk around is nice, and I like this place. Thank you, Sit on the Big Family Day. I'm from Ukraine, immigrant, and we do have Family Day in May in Ukraine, and it's not a holiday. And I like to spend time with my family. I'm going to go have my mom's supper tonight as lunch. I like the family. Thank you so much, Sit on the Bay.
Attendees are invited to vote for their favorite snow sculpture over the next week. The beautiful works of art will remain on display for a while at the waterfront, unless, of course, the city finally gets some warm weather that causes them to melt. Emma Chilton, TBT News.